Acceptance is one of the most powerful tools to keep you in happiness, in state of happiness. We all know that our default state is happiness. We are born to be happy, but unfortunately that is not the case. Have you ever thought why we are unhappy? Why unhappiness is gnawing us all the time? Happiness comes, of course, happiness comes and goes, but then we always fall back to the unhappy state. In spite of the fact that we are born to be happy and our default state is happiness. One of the major reasons why we are slipping into unhappiness is the lack of acceptance. We refuse to accept things as they are in most of the cases. There are only three things which is happening to us as we get a lot of stimuli from outside, and all these stimuli can be categorized into three. Number one, things which can be changed. We get a stimuli, we get information. Stimuli can come in whichever form. It can come in the form of information, it can come in the form of data, it can come in the form of sensors, sensory inputs, whatever forms. So whenever the stimuli comes in, we got only three choices. One is it can be changed, or it cannot be changed at all. And the third step is that we can walk away from that. So things which can be changed, let us keep it aside. Let us work on it nicely, if it helps you. Or whichever way, whether you wanted to change it in a good way or bad way, whatever it is, keep it aside. Things cannot be changed. You have to accept it. There is no choice. If you start fighting the things which you cannot accept, then you create stress in your body. That is where you fall into turbulence. You step out from the flow of happiness and you step into turbulence. That is where most of us are living. Most of us are living in an average life, stepping out of the flow of happiness and getting into this turbulence, fighting things which we cannot change. How sad it is. Okay? And the third thing is actually walking away. If the things you cannot change and you don't want to change, you just walk away from that. That is also possible. So these are the three actions which you can take based on the stimuli. But the catch is that you have to differentiate between these three. Whenever you get a stimuli from outside, you should have the mental power or the mental ability to differentiate and categorize it. Okay, this particular stimuli I cannot change, so I have to accept it. This particular one, yes, I can try to change, I'll work on it. And this one is totally undesirable to me, so I am walking away from that. Okay, so once you have this differentiation, this three categorized differentiation, then you can remain in the flow of happiness. There is no doubt about it. And happiness leads to success. So if you want to be a successful person, or if you want to bring any good things into your life, the first thing is that accept happiness and be in the happy state. The happy state is actually, it is the dhara, we call it the dhara. A happy state is the dhara which flows effortlessly, where the actions are happening without any effort. So once you are in the dhara, your body, mind and the nature and the universe are in perfect alignment with each other. Once you are out of the dhara, once you are in the turbulence, the same things, the body, mind, nature, universe, all is out of balance. When it goes out of balance, you create stress in the body. So once you are in the turbulence, I'll tell you a little bit about the biological implications of what happens when you get into the turbulence. When you refuse to accept things which cannot be changed, what happens is that your body gets into kind of a fight or flee mode. That is how your brain is trained. Your brain instructs your body either to fight the situation or to flee the situation. So the body is prepared for that. And when body gets prepared for this fight and flee response, your sympathetic nervous system gets activated. When the sympathetic nervous system activates, your body creates a hormone called catecholamine. Catecholamines are generated in your body, and catecholamines is absolutely harmful for your body. All the doctors, biologists all say that this is the harmful hormone which is produced in the body. So what happens is that this catecholamines can create hypertension, it can create hyperglycemia, it can kill your immunity. So basically, when you fight to change things which cannot change, your body is getting beaten up badly. And when you do it continuously, you get into kind of a chronic stressful situation. And in a chronic stressful situation, your body is always in the sympathetic nervous system's control in various levels. Sometimes it may be very low level, sometimes it may be very high level. But whichever level, the body is constantly creating this particular hormone which damages you. It not only damages the body, it also damages your brain. Catecholamines can create can be catalyst to create neurotransmitters which are harmful to your mind, your brain basically. So it can lead to depression, anxiety and all kinds. So basically, unaccepting the things which cannot change is very harmful to your body and mind. So when we get a stimuli from outside, whichever way the stimuli comes in, our body, the first response of our body, because of our evolutionary trait or whatever, the first response of our body to create negative emotions. So our mind is basically negatively biased just for our survival, which is ingrained into our brain. So we get into kind of negative emotion. For example, if you're envious about something, you see something about your neighbor has got a better car than yours. So the first reaction which comes in your mind is envy. That's a negative emotion, natural emotion. So when you accept it, when you accept that, okay, this person has got a better car than me, or he has got a better house than me, or he's got anything which is better than me, or if you're a student, your friend has got a better grade than you. Once you accept that, this negative emotion of jealousy can be converted into the positive emotion of inspiration, because you're inspired by that person. You're learning some lesson from that person. Why this person has better than you? Why this person has done better than you? You can ask questions and get inspired. So this negative emotion of envy can be translated into positive emotion of inspiration. In the middle, there is acceptance. If someone hurts you, physically or mentally or whatever way, your first response is that hatred. You hate that person. You tend to hate that person. Whereas if you accept that particular event where that person has hurt you, maybe he didn't mean it, or he or she didn't mean it. So once you accept it, once it passes through the acceptance phase, your hatred will convert into positive emotion of forgiveness. And forgiveness is a very powerful positive emotion. So that means once you forgive the person who hurt you, you automatically get into the stream of happiness, the stream of flow, because there is no stress. Your stress is relieved because you're forgiven and then it is completely forgotten. Both of you go ahead with your life as normal. Or for example, if you're getting angry about anything, there are 100,000 things which you can get angry about. If you just look around, you'll find many things you can get angry about. So when you become angry, that's a negative emotion. Accept it as it is if you cannot change it. Then it becomes forbearance or tolerance. You can tolerate the stimuli which created anger in you. So all the negative emotions, when you accept it, becomes positive emotions and you get into the stream automatically. And in the stream, there is no stress, no turbulence, there is happy and peaceful life which leads you to success, which brings you whatever you desire in your life. That is the flow, effortless flow. Okay, so now we know that acceptance is actually brings us happiness, peace, and puts us in the stream. Now I'll tell you 3 steps you have to practice to get into this habit of acceptance. Because what happens is that we know that, okay, in theory it is all fine, it's all look nice, you accept it, you generate positive emotions, you get into happiness stream, fine. But how do we do it in the practical life? Because we are bombarded with many stimuli from morning to evening. So differentiation and getting into this practice will be slightly difficult if you don't have constant and deliberate practice. So I'm going to give you 3 steps. Step number 1 is to tame your mind. Your mind will hijack you. I'm telling you, in situations like that, whenever you get a stimuli from outside which is not desirable to you, your mind will hijack you. It will take you to darkest places. It will bring you all kinds of negative emotions, negative thoughts, and as well as negative memory from the past. He'll come and tell you, hey, look here, you have gone through a similar situation in the past, maybe yesterday, maybe a year back, even maybe 10, 20 years back. The mind will bring you and tell you that you have to be careful. So hijacking by the mind is very, very common. So if you don't tame your mind, you will get hijacked. One of the major methods to tame the mind is called, in psychology, it is called meta thinking. That is thinking about thinking. Whenever a thought comes in, you just step back and watch the thought and see that, hey, this thought is being brought by the mind just to carry me out, just to hijack me. No, I'm not going there. I'm going to stand here and practice my acceptance. So that is step number 1. Step number 2 is practice alignment with the nature, or practice alignment with the universe. This acceptance is not possible because we always think that we are other. The I, the ego comes in front, and we always had a feeling that we are other than anything else in the universe. So what happens is we are alienating ourselves to a corner because of our ego, where then this universality or the flow of energy between yourself and the nature is blocked. So that is one of the major steps that you have to take, that you have to align with your surroundings, whether it is with other people, whether it is the nature, whether it is the universe or whatever. You always try to align and get into perfect harmony with it. When there is perfect harmony, there are no negative emotions. And the last step, step number 3, and the most important step, it is not a step actually, it's a practice. This is the practice of meditation. Once you meditate, step number 1 and step number 2 will fall into place automatically, because taming your mind is only possible through a constant practice of meditation, and once it becomes a habit, taming your mind is easy. Alignment with the universe is also only possible if you have a tamed mind, and taming the mind is basically through meditation. Constant practice of meditation. I am not asking you to meditate for hours together. At least if you are not a meditator, at least start with 10 minutes a day for the next 21 days and it becomes a habit. So meditation is one of the major tools. I repeat, is one of the very important tools to tame your mind. A tamed mind can easily take you to happiness, because a tamed mind will not carry you away, will not take you to dark places, will not take you to the evolutionary traits. It will be absolutely under your reins.